So, Angelica, tell me a little bit about the concept for Top Tutors for Us, how it kind of got started, and what some of your goals are with your organization.
Yeah, so Top Tutors for Us is a platform that works to close the racial standardized testing gap. What we know is that Black students, according to the ACT in 2023, only 5% of these students hit the college and career readiness benchmark, means that only 5% scored above a 20. And as we know, in Louisiana, a 20 is required to be eligible to receive top scholarship. So what I found was that Top Tutors for Us, what I found was that there was not a program that addressed this huge gap in the market. And personally, I had a very low test score, even though I was a 4.0 student in high school. My score was a 16, and I tried the traditional programs. My score still did not improve. And so I then built my own program and got my score up by 16 points. And so Top Tutors for Us is a platform where we connect underrepresented students with tutors who look like them. So essentially Black and brown students with Black tutors and get them really, really big jumps in their scores.
I think it's very important what you stated about being a 4.0 student, but not being able to make a certain threshold on the test, and how important it is for people to understand that testing is not a correlation to your performance as a student, but it is a benchmark that's required. So, talk a little bit about that readiness and some of what causes students to not meet those benchmarks on standardized tests.
Yeah, so there are a number of reasons why students don't hit that benchmark. One is that just in our community, we start preparing for the ACTs when we're in 11th grade or 12th or like 12th grade. So we just start really late in the process. So we have less time to prepare. And second reason, just as we know, the test is it is Eurocentric, the language, especially on the English and reading section. So that just is a new kind of way that we have to interpret concepts and materials, which is different from what we typically see in our classrooms. So that difference of presenting the materials is, unfamiliar with many students. And just the ACT, just it's challenging, and I just also really think that test prep in general is very expensive. So it's typically inaccessible for students coming who are from low income families and households. So Top Tutors for Us, what we do is that we actually partner with schools and college bound organizations, and where students who are part of those partnering schools actually receive our program completely free.
How do students go about acquiring these resources? Is there a sign up? Do you have to be a partnering school with Top Tutors? How does that work?
Yeah, so we have multiple options where students can receive our materials and programming. So one, if they're a part of our partnering schools, so if they go to our website, they can see the list of schools that we're currently partnered with, and then reach out to their high school principal and make mention that they want to be enrolled into our ACT prep program. Or secondly, a parent can um, sign their child up for our program via our website. They also can speak with the members of our team to get more information. And we have different packages. Asynchronous course, also an option where students can get the live tutoring with um, as a package option.
Are there any tips that you can give to young people, parents, in terms of when they should be preparing for the ACT? How soon should that preparation start and kind of what it looks like?
Yeah, so students, I recommend starting preparing for the ACT as soon as possible. Actually, in middle school, to be honest, because there's just, if you really want to maximize your score, I mean, I was one of the fortunate students, actually, probably the only student like the country that increased their ACT score by 16 points just within 7 months. And so that led to being offered over $1.5 million in college scholarships. So what we know is that when a student hits their target ACT scores, they don't have to take the ACT anymore. So just if you can hit your target score, like the earlier the better. And then there's just so many concepts that are tested on the ACT, so it's just better to get started early, start preparing for the, getting familiar with the material. And yeah, and what we do at Top Tutors, what's not only like it's unique that the student will get a tutor who looks like them, who shares their background. Um, and this is research based. Like research shows that when Black students have one or more Black teachers, their graduation rates increase by over 32%. So that's part of that culturally competent material and delivery is part of our programming. And plus, we're building students' academic skills in the process. So just the earlier students start, the better. And definitely reach out to us if at toptutorsforus.com for additional resources and support.
For educators or schools or education systems that may see this and be interested in potentially partnering, is there a pathway for those types of partnerships as well?
Oh yeah, definitely. And typically when we work with education, like educational institutions, like schools or educators, we some will take over like an ACT course at their school or an after school program hosting our ACT program, our ACT course. So yeah, just reach out to us at toptutorsforus.com. Our email is info at toptutorsforus.com. And we'll be happy to share how we can support their students.
Is this in-person tutoring? Is it virtual tutoring? Some combination of the both?
It's majority virtual. So what's really nice about it being virtual is that we leverage an online classroom, an advanced online classroom where students literally feel like they're in a classroom with a whiteboard and have tons of practice, interaction with the tutors, and um, and also the virtual allows our students to meet the tutors anytime, anywhere. So, just to share a little background about our tutors at Top Tutors for Us, they're literally top student college students in the country. We have over 200 on our platform. Our tutors hail from universities like Howard and Harvard. We have a special focus on tutors coming from historically Black colleges and universities. And then plus they're vetted on their test scores and past teaching and leadership experience. So they literally, students in our program literally get the best of the best. And plus, it's personalized because we conduct assessments to identify any gaps and build lesson planning to fill those gaps. Definitely follow us at Top Tutors for Us on all social media platforms. I will actually be hosting a webinar series on test prep and scholarships starting Wednesday, August 20th. So, yeah, definitely join for free resources. And if you're part of a school or college bound organizations, definitely reach out to us so we can see how we can partner.